Good morning, afternoon, and or evening. My name's Derek, Professor Silly Gaming, and I'm gonna do a little building in Fallout. Let me get my microphone in a better position. There we go. There we go. Oh, hold on. Get the screen up. There we go. Does that look good? There we go. Perfect. Right. So, lone settler type building. Let me get my... There we go. Headphones working. I'm working here at this location. What location is this? I don't remember. Taffington Boathouse. That's right. Taffington Boathouse. We've got a level 12 character, so I don't have the ability to build everything I want to build. I am using a couple mods. So I'm using the unlocked settlement objects mod, as well as the things to give me plenty of building materials for everything. So that is not an issue. Let's see, so review what we've done so far. I put all my generators in here. I can't make a fusion generator yet. Don't have the science, so I've got these in this building. Got it wired up through a conduit inside. I have blocked off this wall, this doorway. I've set up a trap, although the trap isn't quite working yet. You'd figure that out. The big open windows in here, I put a big power door in here as well. I don't love that it sticks out as much as it does. But that's can only be open from the inside. I'm going to start right here, actually. That's bothering my eye. Let's just come in here, and I think all I would need to do to make this look better to my eye is to snap in Is it junk in there is what's causing the problem? It is. There's a thing there. I'd like to put one right there, but it doesn't seem to want to let me. I do have the place anywhere, though, don't I? I do. So in theory... Let me cancel that. This might be easier to do from inside. Might not be either. Actually, let's move this inside here. Let's scrap that. All right. What I really want to do here is just, I would like to extend the wall. Okay, let's come outside now. Let's see if I can get it in there. About there. Then I can scrap that, scrap that. Yeah. That automatically looks better to me. See if I can do the same thing over here. Okay, it wants to create a new one. I don't even need to put the other ones in there. I can just do it like that. That's way easier. Way easier. I was making that way more complicated than it needed to be. Spin it. Pull it a little closer. Get it lined up. Yeah. I don't suppose I could put a half wall above. Or do I not have half walls in terms of height? I don't. That's right. Well, that's okay. If I put a full wall, it'd be asking too much. Yeah. Let's go ahead and line that up a little better as well. That twisted it just a little bit. Stop it. That didn't work. Close enough. What's knocking? Hard to say. All right. I already did the roof. Oops. Yep, I already did the roof. Had to use that roof. Which isn't perfect, but it works. Okay. So again, I want to make... Again, so my idea here is I want this to be not noticeable from the road. If somebody's passing by, it doesn't look like anybody lives here. It doesn't look like anything is worth coming here for. There's no loot, etc., etc. I want it to just look... That's why I did the roof the way I did. I didn't replace the roof. I just put pieces up to keep the rain out, but I didn't replace the actual, like, demolished part of it. Now, obviously, they get close enough to hear the generators. That's neither here nor there. But I've already covered up these windows well enough. I've got a door there, so I can just put some junk in there. But these windows are a bit of a problem. Then I need to figure out how to set the trap so the trap will actually work. This delayed off switch is not what I think I needed. I think what I really needed was a delayed on switch. Let's go ahead and work on that. See if I can figure this out. Alright, that's what I want. So let's sink it into the wall. I had it over here so that the sliding door wouldn't interfere with it. Okay. No, that's not right. Scrap that. There we go. That is not going to work because that's attached to the door, which would have to be on. Now the lasers looks like it's working. Okay, so we don't want that. This delayed on switch needs to be wired to that's not what that's supposed to look like. Okay, everything is still wired in here. Except the door is no longer working. Oh boy. That's no longer wired to the door. Got it. Okay. So need to wire glitch this over to the door again. Okay. That's good. This needs to be wired to, like, this guy. So I could move that even a little further over. Like that. Want a little conduit. Move that down so I can grab it easier. It's a really inconvenient place to have this wired because so basically I need to, if I'm seeing this right, I need to put a little floor one like here. This isn't exactly sneaky. Okay, that should work. I don't know. No. No, it does not. Aw. All right, what other options do I have? There is the pressure plate. In some ways, this would make more sense. Okay, with the wiring, though. Can't sink it, huh? Turn this way. Okay. Kind of like to be able to hide these a little better. That's just there just for the switch, which let's just get rid of it. I was hoping to be able to have this like reactivate itself, but I think if I'm using the pressure plate, I don't need to worry about it nearly as much. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Let's have this run the other way. If I'm not using the laser tripwire, then I also don't need to worry about these extra floors. So let's just get rid of them. I'll put up some fencing there instead. Floating now? There we go. I'm going to put the other one in here. Yeah. Let's use this one now. In that case, I don't need that, but I'm going to use it to get the wire to work anyway. Because I want that as close to the floor as possible. And that way, I can run a wire to you. Have the wire mostly hidden. That way I can run a wire through the wall to there, and then run the wire to here. That didn't work. The wire's got to go from power. Okay. It is already going to that, but this needs to be on a separate circuit. From there, it needs to... Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, so that's not needed. Honestly... That's not needed. This is way more complicated than it should be. Damn it. I mean, really, like the wire could just literally just do that. I would like to have it like a little bit more hidden, but it doesn't seem to want to let me. All right. Alright, it's quick save, so let's just... Yeah, I mean, it's working. It ain't pretty, but it's working. Alright, it is also getting late. And I'd rather be building in the daytime. Is that a working door? That is a working door. Doesn't feel like the most secure door. Might want to set up another trap along the stairs, but we'll see. I've never really played around with traps, which is why I kind of wanted to experiment with them. Now that I know that that works, I am inclined to try and hide it a little better. it doesn't want to play nicely, but that's why I'm doing it this way. That way I can just... No. There we go. Alright. Now I do kind of want to hide all the wires and whatnot and stuff. So let's start with, like, fencing. What can I put up that'll keep anybody from going along the sides? We've got concrete barricades. Those seem a little big. But place anywhere. Let's see if I can make this work. I mean, that works fairly well. Use a bigger one over here. Yeah. Just move that out of the way. Okay, now we're talking. It's hanging off a little bit on each side, but I can move it in. Yeah, I can. And it won't affect the trap. Yeah, that looks better. Still hanging off quite a bit on this side, but kind of funnels in a little bit. All right, so let's look at some junk. Alright, I'm going to make a little platform just so I can stand on it. That's going to make my life just a little bit easier. Just need to build it somewhere so I can grab it. How do we normally build the... Okay, once I get the one in, I can snap everything else to it. That didn't reset. Alright, now it's working. Because I accidentally grabbed a wire. Alright. I think we're technically outside the building area. So that's a problem. Yeah, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Okay. Some excess rads there. Yeah, I want to keep the concrete there. It does look a little odd. We did just a little bit more. Okay. I'm not opposed to the idea of a barrel. I just need to find the right one that's gonna look okay having something running through it. I mean, it looks like it's just wedged between that and that. I don't want anything looking like it's floating. I'm really picky about that, but that looks like it's just been wedged in there, and it's not touching the bottom, but it's because it's wedged between the concrete and the pillar, or the lamppost. All right. Oh, I don't mind this side being more open like that. Now that I look at it, because they'd still be getting funneled in to right there. So I think that's nope. Let's make sure that's still working. All right, it is. All right, I feel good about that trap. I feel like we could have more traps along in here. I feel like we could also replace that door with something a bit more secure. I've already covered everything up, so if anybody tries to swim underneath there, they're gonna be trapped. And not be able to actually get in. Kick it? Yeah, kick it. I think I'm going to leave all this just alone. We don't need to produce food here. In fact, just as soon scrap a lot of this food stuff out here. Won't let me scrap it, but I can store it. They were getting my way when I was building out here earlier. Okay. What should I work on? Windows. Those back windows. These guys right there. That's going to be easy. easy to deal with. So, under wood, we've got pallets, planks, and wood. And most of them are flat, horizontal, but some of them are vertical. There we go. Oh, god damn it. Maybe I should be doing this from the inside, so I stop falling. Can I push that into the corner? Yeah, that works. That works great. All right, let's get another one. Just get it lined up. About like that. Let's see how that looks. Yeah. That works. I don't need to cover those windows up. I don't think I want to cover up the windows up here. That said, so I don't want to move any of this stuff, because if I scrap that, I lose that. And that. I can make my own safes, but
Loctite.
I mean, I might as well open this up. Of course, in building mode, if you scrap anything that's got stuff in it, you automatically get everything that's inside of it. But
Got it.
I don't want to necessarily scrap stuff. Okay, the bathroom's obviously not functional. We got blood stains. I do feel that since it's not functional, there's really no need to keep this stuff. So while I generally, my default is not to scrap everything, I think in this case, I'm willing to scrap all of that. I feel like the bed should be over here. In which case, I might want to cover up these windows, just these two. And not necessarily with just something to prevent somebody from lobbing a grenade inside. Not that the game allows for that, but that's not the point. The point is, like, assuming this was a place that I was wanting to make secure so I could sleep without any companions or dog meat or anything, how would I make it so that I could feel safe sleeping here and not be awoken to a raider slice in the throat? Get what I'm saying? You get what I'm putting down? So let's look at fencing. Because if there's like chain link fence, I mean, that would almost take care of it all by itself. That would take care of it all by itself. All right, we're using this. And that way I could theoretically shoot out, but no one's lobbing grenades in. Just needed to get it to be the right height and lined up. How does that look from outside? Exactly. A grenade will just bounce right off of there. Excellent. Excellent. In which case, I feel like this should be facing the other way. I kind of would like to put this up on top of it like that. That looks a bit cozier. We still got blood on the floor. Quite a bit of blood on the floor. I don't think I'm going to keep that sleeping bag on there. In fact, let's just get rid of it. See if I can use this rug to cover up some of that blood. Alright, I gotta scrap that, potentially. I don't particularly want to, but... yeah, I have to move this further along that way. Get the rug far away from... oh, now it's not catching it. There we go. The blood is going to go right on top of the rug, isn't it? Here, let's just put it down and... yep, that blood's going to go right on top. It don't matter. I want to store it. Will no rugs cover that? That one didn't, but does that mean no rugs will cover it? How about a thicker rug? I mean, the blood's still on top of it, but it's less noticeable. Redoing the floor would be a pain in the ass, so I'm not even going to try to... not even going to try to do that. That way lies madness. And it was tough enough to get the new roof in place, the new ceiling in place. All right. Hey, wait a minute. Where'd the grading go? The grading went over there. I wonder why I did that. That was weird. All right, cooking. Now I'm moving it. I'm moving a bit into decoration mode at this point. If I wanted to make this just a little bit extra secure, I would consider putting a door in here. You know, something like this, so that the bedroom could be completely secure. The downside of that, thinking in terms of protection, is that if raiders came by and set fire to the house and I was in there, I'd have no escape. I couldn't get out this way. Well, no, because if this place was on fire, I'd have to be going out these windows anyway. So the door wouldn't matter. And if they'd gotten that far in, I could put another security door here. And that, I think, would look just about right. That said, I can't fit that in here. I'll need to build it out here and then move it up. Let's do that. I mean, that looks like it's made for that sort of thing. Now, I don't have to be weird about wiring too much. I can just literally put a... switch on this side of it to lock myself in. Yeah, why not? You can put that right here. We do need to wire this up from downstairs. But if I remember, if I'm reading this right, then this is temporarily do that so I can get in and out. And I can just do this. And then get lined up so I can grab this, take it downstairs. And go right to there. Now, I can scrap that. And now, when it's bedtime, I can do that. Wouldn't stop someone from trying to throw a grenade in these windows, but where would they throw it from, honestly? Pardon me. Yeah, they'd have to be in the water. I mean, I suppose if somebody's got a missile launcher from across the water, but if someone's got a missile launcher from across the water, I got bigger problems. Excellent. How's it from this side? Looks great from this side. All right. I don't like this. I'm getting rid of it. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, I can't scrap it? Oh, because I'm not in build mode. Derp. Derp. Yeah, let's scrap that. Oh, there's extra cinder blocks. I did put this conduit switch in here, and I didn't have any plans for it, but now that I'm looking at it, all right, let's quick save because I'm having ideas. If that could be like a panic switch. That would automatically close this door. And activate turrets or something. Oh, I'll scrap that. Not sure what that was attached to originally. Oh. Probably this tension wire up on top. But there's no door on there, so I'm not sure. That's weird. Alright, this is already a kitchen. So having cooking in here does make sense. I don't like the idea of an open flame. I don't know if I can make much in terms of crafting. So let's see. Yeah, local leader 2 to make really any of it. Which point a stove would make the most sense, but local leader 2. How far away am I from getting local leader 2? Probably really far. I would need to level up 4 times. 5 to get 2. 5 level ups just to do that. Well, I'm not going to do that during the stream necessarily because, frankly, that's not what the stream is. The stream is building. But apparently I've got stuff I could do when I'm not building in between my streams. So, junk. All sorts of crap. But yet I can make the soda mixers, huh? Yep, I can make the soda mixers right away. Just not anything else. Local leader 2. Don't care about the stores. Kind of want to have like a flamethrower trap like right at this front door. Make sure it's pointing right at it. These concrete bits are a bit in the way. I can move that closer. Like that. There we go. Alright, I do want to switch. It might as well just be like a switch like this. But I kind of want to hide it. Like down here. Yeah. This is making sense to me. All right, let's just put that there temporarily. And that way I can... Well, maybe not. There we go. That way I can wire this. I'm going to put like a thing in front of this so that it's you have to like be looking for it. But that way, okay, so here's my thoughts. I'm going to have a switch here so if somebody doesn't turn the switch off, the flamethrower will like get them. Just an extra security measure. Because why not? That said, I want to somewhat hide the wires. So let's just put that there. Put on the inside. And then we'll put a ceiling one here or so. That way, that can go to there. That can go to there. That one, if I can get it, can go through the wall to here. And then this one, same thing. Can go to there. This one can go away. Now, oh no, I will need an extra wire going just to there. Honestly, that can come from underneath. I can wire this along the wall. Like this. Hey, hello, stranger. How are we doing today, Oliver? There we go. Honestly, like, I'm kind of inclined to just... run that like that. It's working. That didn't turn it... Oh, here we go. I was going to say, okay, if it doesn't turn it off, then what's the point? Excellent. Now let's just hide that switch. I mean, okay, so it would make a little bit slightly more sense if there was like a trigger for it, rather than just having it run all the time. I'm having second thoughts on this idea of having the flamethrower trap. I mean, how does it look if the door's closed? That seems like a good way to burn the house down. It's not working anyway. Okay, well, apparently that's not how that's supposed to work. Apparently it does need to be on like some kind of trigger. Okay, the idea is not dead. Here's what we do. We put down a trigger. I think it's actually under here. Uh-huh. And this gets wired to there. And then this doesn't go to there. This goes to there. It's a lot less hidden. Have to like repair it each time. Is it one use only? Oh, it is one use only. Well, that's not useful then. And then you have to repair it. Okay, it's turned off. Well, in that case, it would make more sense if the switch was in here, because you turned it on. Okay. I'm undoing a lot of this. I don't hate the idea, but... Maybe at that point, better if the switch was in here. At that point, though, could put the switch like on the staircase. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna scrap the whole idea. All right, never mind. And it's starting to get dark again. Right. Well, now at least it does feel like going to bed in some level of security is a thing. So that's an improvement. All right, eat the rest of my cashews here. Yum, 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 yum. Okay. Since I basically have this as my sleeping area, let's make it a bit more cozy. Oh, you can do floor textures here, but see, the blood will still show through. So it's not as useful as it looks. I mean, you pick the right color and stuff, but it's still gonna want to jump and stuff with like these walls and whatnot. So it's still not ideal. Although with the place anywhere, I might be able to make it work. So I'm going to make this place carpeted. Well, let's do that. Let's see if I can make that work. Not really. And that just went into the air, didn't it? It did. I mean, yeah, it'll kind of work. Until I get close to that, and then it wants to hop. I have to take the thing out of the windows. And even then, like, I don't think I can put another one under this. So I would have to scrap that thing right there. I don't want to do that. All right, it was a nice idea, but no. But that said, I can put a carpet right here, which is what my original idea was. So we don't need to clean. We just need a rug to go in front of the couch. That one works. And the blood is on top of the rug. But, well, you do what you gotta do. Now, if I could replace that with an actual working computer, that would be sweet. I don't know if I have. I should have working computers. Be under miscellaneous. Yeah, I don't see it. Just this guy here, and of course there'd be the other one. That's. Why don't I see that one in here? The one to control all the electronics. Then under connectors and switches. No. There should be another computer. Weird. Weird. So this back here, is it? And that's just the stuff from the old creations. Creation code gets split. Well, that is bizarre. That's going to bother me now. Where the hell is the computer control? Go slower. Should be under miscellaneous. Oh, right there. Derp. Okay, it was there. But yeah, that looks entirely different. It would make the desk look weird. So because I can't create that, I can't make it. I will leave it. So what else do I want to do in here for decoration? I don't really feel the need to have much in the way of pictures or whatnot. Obviously, if I was going to do like crafting, like wouldn't need the crafting in here, but go anything that produces too much light, because at night people will be able to see. Although if I had curtains, in addition to I mean, technically, you cover up if you cover up the windows with curtains, then you could have as much light as you want. And I do have some curtains available. They just aren't ideal. They're slightly more narrow than the windows. Okay, I like the idea of this because then, in theory, one could untie them, and then you could like cover up the walls if you wanted to have like fire at night. With this glowing orange like that. Yeah. And they're even blackout curtains, meaning you can get some good sleep. Okay, I like that. I mean, anything else? Okay, I'm just going to need to start going through, like, decorations, just all of the various parts of decorations, and just see what looks like something I might want to put in here. So, floor coverings, I've kind of already done what I'm going to do in here anyway. Out there is a different story, but I'm just going to be focused on this living space right now. Flags, I mean, he's an old soldier, so putting an old American flag up makes some amount of sense. Paintings, I don't know about paintings. I mean, I could, but I think it's going to be more practical to put like some shelving up. In fact, that's really what I should be looking at. I should be looking at furniture, not decorations. Okay, we already got a good bed. We already got a desk. We already got some containers and chests. But this also includes like cabinets and such. And things like this. Wouldn't mind having another. But that one's tucked in so nicely. Just leave it like that. Okay, what else can we put in here? I feel like a foot locker could be a thing. And that would help cover up the blood a little bit. It feels like it might be a little bit of a tripping hazard. Let's slip it underneath the bed slightly, like so. You can drag it out when you want to get stuff out of it. But that way, that way it's not a tripping hazard. It's kind of narrow to get in here, honestly. I should probably just move this over closer to the nightstand. Like that. That's better. All right, what else can I put in here? Let's see. Got all these. I feel like being former military, this one makes more sense. Put this in this corner. So persnickety. It's that. It's you, isn't it? You're causing the problem, aren't you? No, no, you're not. Not really. A little bit. All right. Got to start getting creative with it. This should be far enough away from everything. Let's just do it from here. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. The good old ashtray. Come on, there we go. There we go. Good old ashtray. Ashtray, let me put it where I want to put it. Let's keep this out here for other things. The ashtray is one of my favorite little objects. It automatically will sit on the floor. And so I find it slightly more useful than, say, like a rug. Because a rug, you kind of have to leave in place. Otherwise, it'll sink. Whatever you have on it will sink into the ground when you take the rug away. So if you wanted to leave the rug there, that's fine. But otherwise, you're kind of committing to having a rug there. Displays. I mean, I suppose I could put a display in here. That doesn't seem very practical. If I want to put like a gun, so this goes back, this harkens back to my zombie builds, but I do like the idea of having like a shotgun right over the bed. Like that. You can even put multiple ones in. Might as well. Well, let's actually do that. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's probably good for display. Although putting an armor rack over here, if somebody did try to sneak in the middle of the night, they might panic and shoot it, and that would let our character know that someone's here. So, yeah, we'll put a mannequin right there and dress him up. I have a mannequin, and if I have it facing outward and I walk by the doorway, it startles me every single time. Every time. Never get used to it. Shelves. Shelves is what I was thinking of. All right, great. A shelf back here. I want a taller shelf than that, though. Yeah, that's close to what I'm thinking. Okay, technically it's a bookcase, but I guess we got the one that's right by the staircase, but I want one that's taller. Get a little variety of heights. Leave the corner open. I can put something else in the corner. Alright. Now this gives me some stuff to put some stuff on. What else? Got this. I could put another shelf in like here. Do a wooden one though. I could put a locker back in that corner. Sure, why not? Can I put it in caddy corner a little bit? Yeah. Alright, it's starting to come together. Excellent. Cafe, bathroom, kitchen, laundry. What's under miscellaneous? Nothing I really want too much. And idle mats, it's a lone wanderer, so he doesn't have any other characters running around with him. We could use a table. Right over here. A little end table. Probably need something taller than these guys. That works. For that matter, a little table in front of the couch also. Yeah, like this. Right by that bloodstain. That's too far away. A little closer. There we go. Definitely put something in this corner. Yeah, I want to go to decorations for this corner. I mean, a Nuka-Cola machine, a functional Nuka-Cola machine would be awesome. Which I do have. Somewhere. These are all decorative. Oh, that one's container. I need to go to a different place. Resources? There it is. Let's see, Lone Wanderer. I feel like Lone Wanderer is an old school guy. Oh, but I would need Nuka-Colas to make that. Do I have... I can make a dark one, which is booze. Will that even fit in this corner? Yeah, it will. Plus, it gives cover. That's a little bit... Oh, that's fine. It's snuggled in just perfectly into that wall. Excellent. And that way, I mean, if for whatever reason someone was able to like hack in here at night and get past this door, it's just a little bit extra cover. I'm not paranoid, I swear. My character's paranoid, not me. I'm not the paranoid one. And then that'll just give me some Nuka Wilds, which I like. USO, I should probably put which mods I'm using, which creations I'm using in my description. But USO is so... If I'm going to use only one, then USO is really the one I really want to use. Just because it gives so many more options. The refilling ammo boxes also. Which, by the way, I probably should make. What guns I haven't played with this character much lately, other than just building. And I'm going to need to level up, so I should probably figure out what guns I'm actually using. So 10mm, 10, 38, 45, and shotgun shells. A little bit of everything, actually. And then Big Jim. What have I even put for perks? Again, it's been so long since I started playing this character, I've really forgotten what I did. So it was a pistol build. Okay. So the shotgun I really don't need. I've already got the first point in science too, but I need to level up to get more science, which I need to get better generators. Because while these generators are working, I don't like the look of it. It's just messy in here. But to make a better generator, what do I need? Science 3 for that one. And frankly, 2 of those would be fine. So science rank 3. I can make that right now. That's ridiculous. That would also put on a lot of light, and I don't want light. That's why I didn't do that one before. Or this one. Because it does like electricity at the top. And the whole idea, again, is that I want, ideally, that if somebody's walking along this road and they look over at this house, it doesn't look like there's anything of value at all. I want it to look like, oh, nope, I don't need to go in there. People have already picked that place over completely. So even like the boarded up windows and whatnot. That mannequin just kind of freaked me out even just a little bit just now. Okay, I kind of want to put a picture frame right on this wall right here. Just because it's a little weird that's not a window. And if it was ideally something that was like an outdoor vista, something pleasing to look at when the window's open, not cats. Much as I love cats, not cats. It's got to fit, kind of have to fit in there too, though. Like that's just a little bit too big. That's definitely too big. That's a good size, but it's not exactly pleasant to look at. That works. Okay. Coming along, coming along. I'm feeling pretty good, other than just like putting in items. This spot's looking good. Speaking of looking at items, though, placing items, because that is part of the building process. No. Transfer. Store all junk. And then what do we have? So I'm using a mod that gives me all the building materials I need. But oh, it's all mixed in together though, so it's gonna be tricky finding the stuff that's not just... Oh, I don't have much. I had a fan and a clipboard, and that is pretty much it. Okay. Because the one thing that USO doesn't give me is decorations. Or, like, items to place. There is clutter. And I'm maybe remind myself what's all under clutter. Clutter. So it does have a bunch of clothing, which is very handy for decorating. Unlocks, which isn't super helpful, and then desk pictures. So not much. That said, under themes, there's also stuff under here that can be placed. So, for example, if I want to, like, deck out the back side where one would fish, or the side of it, I could definitely do that. A lot of this stuff's already available. So, like, this could go easily right if I just stop kicking barrels, trash cans. Slightly too big. That'll go there. Like in these corners I could put, and I probably will put, this sort of stuff. That said, it's not wanting me to place it just yet. While I'm here, let's do this. I'm going to grab the ashtray. Because the ashtray, unlike the barrel, or unlike the... unlike the columns, can't sink. Actually, I think I might like this one better over here. That assumes that you have it on the same height level to begin with, which I didn't. So let's grab this. This also don't sink into here. We'll use this just for inside stuff. Put it back. Said if I do this from, let's just get this up on better level ground. Like that. Almost. Like that. There we go. Oh, it's being ornery. All right, I can't hardly see what I'm doing, but let's just see if I can get it over there. Have it turn blue somewhere over here. It's really the first thing I'm placing, so in theory, yeah, it's not grabbing anything from over there, but yeah, it doesn't like me moving it any closer to the fence. Well, I don't... It's really kind of blocking the way there, but... I mean, not completely, but a lot. Alright, well... This bigger one would look great over here. See, that I can select. It's going to want to grab all of that stuff. But oh no, it's not. Hey, all right. Okay, yeah, that's in there nice. I'd like that to be closer to the fence, but maybe I can slip something else back in there. Oh, I could put that. Please, I was able to get that to work today. That makes me happy. All right, I can put a lot of junk in there. And I should put a lot of junk in there. Honestly, like, oh, no. I'm going to move that in there. I'm going to want to move it in there manually. These I can't move at all. And now that I've kicked that... Yeah, that's better. If I can replace those with ones that are built, which USO might have, that would be better. Because then you can't kick them anymore. They'll actually just be placed. But I don't know. There are garbage cans in here somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Office? These are if there is, it's the wire ones. I think it might be under miscellaneous. No, not under miscellaneous. Here they are. Yeah. All right, we're replacing these with these. Because then I can't kick them. See, now it can't get kicked. Which is way better. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a... The lid is something I can't quite do. But... Can I grab the lid? I could slide it over. Yeah, I know. Okay, that's not the right way. Nope, don't need to shoot it. This is part of the Place Anywhere mod. So if right was coming toward me, I want it to go back. Oh, that's the trash can. Nope, that is not the right direction. Nope, don't need to shoot it. God damn it. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, that's the direction I want it to go. Onto the garbage can that can't be pushed. Yes, please. Okay. And then... There's a better way to reset it, but... That's not what direction I want. All right. I'm looking to just like lock it, can I? Nope. Hold on. Let's see. Meh. We don't need to get into that amount of physics. Ah, make object static. Okay, cool. This is what I want. Now I can't kick it. Well, shit, I could have done that with this. I can just make it static, huh? Physics. Oh, that's going to be actually super useful because now yeah, like I can kick this, but now the garbage cans can't be moved. Ooh, yeah. Okay, great. Quality of life right there. That's part of the Place Anywhere mod. Okay, what next? Should probably get these rads taken care of, but I can do that on my own time. Take a drink of my drink. All right. I do kind of flit around a bit and work a little bit here and then a little bit there. That is very much how I tend to function. Okay, I want to put this back. Is that going to weigh this down enough to like set it off? It will, okay. Well, we don't want that. Yeah. Okay. That looks good. Okay. I could put some landmines out here. Do I have landmines? No, I don't. Have to go get some. Is that the smartest thing in the world to do? No. Let's work on this area. So I just want to put just a bunch of junk in here. So, crates. Crates are good. I don't want those crates. The crates can be a good starting position, but not those. These would be good. I just want to start stacking stuff up. Okay. Ooh, barrels are good too. Barrel can go on top of a crate. Okay, honestly, I'd rather have the crate on top of the barrels. And nothing's going to look scarier to people than radioactive looking barrels. So let's put one of those in there. And then we can just put this on top. And then we can just put this on top. Yeah. I could go back further. There we go. I want this to look like filled. I want it to be filled, basically. All right. Probably put another one about there. All right, what else can I put in here? Let's see. Let's go to clutter. No, not clutter. Let's go to themes. Really, anything can be picked from here. Yeah. Especially for stacking. It's got to look like it's actually sitting on there, though. Nope. You can go top of here, though. Alright, let's just set it, and then I can manipulate it. If it's far enough in the corner, then doesn't need to be, the wheels don't need to be totally in place. That works. My idea here is I want it to look like from out here that somebody was like poking their nose around. I don't even want them to see this powered door. I just want them to see this is just stuffed full of stuff and like junk. And it's getting dark again. So yeah, let's make it daytime. Go to my little secure room here. I'm enjoying this build specifically, so I'm going to just keep, every Friday, I'm just going to keep hammering on this build until I'm feeling done with it. And then I'll make a little tour video, because those little tour videos do really well. It's awfully early. All right. It's not too early. Yeah, it looks like it's precariously balanced. That's what I wanted. All right. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else under barbecue that I want to put in there. I mean, I kind of want to put a lawn flamingo somewhere, but crib could be good. Crib could be good. All right, here. Yeah. Tricycle. Oh, why does that want to be built anywhere? Interesting. Baby carriage. I mean, model boat. Kinda, yeah. The more random, the better, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Candles and whatnot. I almost wouldn't mind having those upstairs. In here. Yeah. I may change my mind about that. The idea of having lights visible from outside is something I'm generally trying to avoid. Lectern. That might fit right in that corner. It's a little bit wide. Might be able to slip something underneath there, though. Fresh graves. I mean, kinda want to do fresh graves out front. That might keep people away. Ah, this is all good stuff to put in here. If I can... Position that about like there. Funny that that always wants to sync. But I'm using place anywhere, so I can move it. And it could be in the baby carriage. Yes. Yes, it should be in the baby carriage. Because why not? Okay, so here's the thing. It wants to be like that. But with place anywhere, I get it lined up, and I can just nudge it down. Or not. Never mind. I really just wanted to be sitting on that box right there. But it's going to stick out too far. Yeah, all right. No big deal. All right, what else? We were at garage gardening. I mean, okay, hold on. I kind of want a workout thing up here somewhere. Doesn't need to be in the secure bunker. Ooh, okay. Looks like it'll play nice. Yeah, definitely no Institute stuff. All sorts of cages. Can make books if I have paper. Yeah, laundry's no good. Mechanist doesn't seem right. Yes. Yes, there should be a bomb in here. I think right about there. That would definitely give people pause. How does that look from the outside? It's not functional. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Fat man crates. Radar. Museum relics. Yeah. Pot. Statue. Okay, just sneak it up there. I want it sitting on the table, if you please, not floating above the table. There we go. That would almost make sense, but this is a pretty shallow bit of water. Yeah. This'll work. Except it wants to snap down into the ground. Can I nudge it up? Not really. All right. Well, at this point, we're just stacking stuff anyway, so... that, and... I mean, if I really want to scare people away, I'd put raider stuff. But then raiders see that, and they're like, oh, hey, friendlies. Put some other extraneous crap in there. You know, that looks like a good balance on there. Especially if I turned it this way. No, no, no. All right. All right, filled with crap. That's exactly what I wanted to do with that. Fill it with crap. Stuff that is not worth a single thing. Not worth somebody's attention. Mission accomplished. Okay. Alright, so I need to get level up so I can make better generators. I need to level up so I can make a cooking station. Other than that, do I have any extra clothing? Yes. Equip. Okay, he needs a hat or something. And not my hat. Alright, we need to find a hat for him. Or a mask. Mask would be better. Because basically that covers the hands and everything. Yeah, get like a raider mask and he'll look pretty good. So, cooking area. Don't know what I'll do with the space per se. I could put, once I'm able to build them, this is where I could put crafting. Or I could put crafting up here. And then the question is, do I just want to move any more of this other furniture into here? I don't think so. This place is looking pretty filled right now. So if I'm going to put stuff like on shelves and things like that, I need to go get stuff. Now, as you can see from my radar, I haven't discovered any of the locations around here. Being a level 12, I haven't really explored out very far. Have explored Covenant, or at least I've been to Covenant. No. I've been to Diamond City. I've been to all of these areas, but I'm not to the combat zone. What have I even done in terms of quests? Not much. Out of Time. Jewel of the Commonwealth. Unlucky Valentine. Because I wanted ammo. Yeah, I needed ammo. And I need 45 ammo specifically. Order up because I went by that place, and then carbon conserve. Otherwise, I haven't done anything. I never joined the Minutemen. Never got dog meat. Met Dance, but wouldn't tell him who I was. Screw you, guy in armor. I'm not telling you who I am. You tell me who you are. No, then I'm not. Then screw you. And I walked away. So not much, but that was kind of the point of this. Is I wasn't necessarily gonna. I wanted to get straight to building. I could definitely get stuff from the hospital. I'd have to fight some super mutants to get in there, but I don't really know if there's much in the way of decoration that I want that I would get from there. So the question is more so, if I want to go get stuff to put on shelves, what do I want? Mainly I want probably like Raider stuff. So honestly, Corvega assembly plant. I did start clearing out Lexington, and I didn't finish. So I cleared out Super Duper Mart, but I didn't go into the rest of Lexington. That's where I'm going to go. Right, because I was building at the drive-in. I didn't get very far with that. I didn't really like the way it was looking, which is why I wanted to switch locations. So I have looted pretty much everything this direction. I've looted that entire block. I've looted all of that. Everything to my right, I've looted. Everything to my left, I haven't. I was being very systematic about it. Now, there is a guy with a mini nuke right up there. I think I just saw him right there. So I gotta be careful about that. Considering I have like nothing in terms of junk other than just building materials, clearly I need to do some looting. Yes. Pre-war money is not super useful. But it weighs nothing, and I can trade it at Diamond City. Cigarettes, that's good decoration right there. Yeah, there he is. Got the power armor. If I could get a crit in hand, then I can take him out. What? Feral Ghoul? Trying to be systematic about clearing this place, though, is going to get complicated real fast. Okay, I don't want to go any further that way, so let's just... Ooh, next to a car, that's a bad place to be. Is there an upstairs here? There's not. Can't open that. I'm sure this is the gun I want to be using. Okay, I'm pretty sure I cleared this place out. No, I didn't, because empty coolant. And more empty coolant. Oh, not empty. That's full. That stuff's good for the kitchen. Getting jumpy. I think I'm hearing things now that I'm out in the world. Nope, still hidden. Good Lord. This is why I got a VAT scare, and I got a crit now, so... More rads. They're still moving around. There's still one more. Trying to find his way down to me. There you are. Okay, I've got a crit, so... Let's let's see if I can get this guy. Yeah, turn your back, turn your back. Right in the fusion core. Tee hee hee hee. Well, I woke up a lot of stuff, but... Yeah, he got behind the bus before I could get him. Now, there's another raider that could grab the mini nuke. So it's not totally safe to do yet. That guy right there. Haha, well. Alright, in that case, I think I can get up there and get all of that. Alright. I'm maybe get arms instead of confidence in the chest, but that's okay. He's close. This is one way to level up. I mean, shooting things clearly is a way to level up. Okay, getting up there. There we go. This looks good. What the raider has is more interesting to me than all of the ghouls. There we go. And a fat man. 2 mini nukes. Give me all of it. Give me all of it. And I'm over encumbered. And I'm out of bullets. Well, that's 25, 31, 47. Yeah, this is why I need those ammunition boxes. Okay, well. Yeah, how much am I over encumbered by? Oh, and I need to wrap this up. My battery is getting low. I get into building mode and I can very easily lose track of time. Drumlin Diner is where I should go. And I'm over encumbered by quite a bit. Well, oh, I forgot I had a bunch of donuts. I got buff out. That'll help a little bit. Okay. And then I've got probably some booze. That'll help a little more. Okay, now I'm only 10 over. Hey, hey. Let's sort by weight. And then look at what I have that weighs a lot that isn't worth very much. Like that. We'll drop that, and we'll drop that. And now I can fast travel. Boom and boom. To the Drumlin Diner. How much battery have I got left? I've got time to make a sale. Yeah, I got 7%. I'm good. Oh, I love the look of it.
Noise. What? Let's do this.
How dare you?
Should have just run.
Yeah, they should have. Jackasses. That looks the way it does because of the mod hunkered down. I wanted this world to look much more paranoid than the regular world. Also, I was using the apocalypse mods, which makes things harder to come by, which is part of the reason I have like very few decorations to do. But that's, yeah, that's why I was going out. That was also making building pretty much impossible.
Yeah?
Carla.
Hey there.
Because I couldn't find
Ready?
building materials anywhere, but that's why I ended up getting the unlimited settlement building stuff.
Let's see what you got.
I got a little bit of everything.
Okay. Let's sort by weight. And just start moving down. So I don't need the... Kind of want to keep the Fat Man if I can. Don't need the combat shotgun. Don't need the helmet. Really don't need the shotguns. So that's more than she has money for. So buy some ammo from her, and that gets us good. But mainly I want to look at this junk, because this is all stuff I can use to decorate that I can't necessarily build. I don't think I got a broom in there, so we'll get a broom. The antique globe could look good in the little office area. Baseball glove could look good on the shelf. Dinner plate could look good. These is all stuff I could find out in the world as well, so let's not go crazy with it. Yeah, I can find a lot of this stuff. Do I really want all this stuff? Kinda. Yeah. Alright, that's 41 more I can sell. I don't need 2 of these. Put that assault gas mask on the guy. I don't need this armor. Kind of need that, but you can't afford it. Don't need 2 leather arms. Do I have a left leg? Broken pipe guns. Don't need those. Machete. Alright, I'm not over encumbered anymore. Perfect. Great. Well, now I'm at 3%, so now I do have to call it. So, once I arrive back here, I'm going to do my outro inside because outside, I'm going to inside because outside looks like I haven't done anything when clearly I have. And I can now get drinks. So yeah. Oh, I don't want to go into build mode. No, I just wanted to pull the camera back just a little bit. All right, so yeah. Taffington Boathouse. Let me turn my light on. There we go. That's not that much better. Taffington Boathouse coming along for it being a lone wanderer, safe house type feel. Every Friday, I'm going to... Fridays for Fallout, so I'm just looking to I'm just going to keep building with this character. In between streams, I'm going to go out and level up this character so I can build more of what I actually envision in my head. Next time, we'll continue working on Taffington Boathouse, and I'm just going to be laser focused on this until I feel it is ready to show off to the world in a short form video. In the meantime, you have a great rest of your whatever and a happy weekend if you're going into the weekend. And if not, well, then whatever your next weekend, I hope you have a good weekend. And I will see you next time. Ta-ta.